What I wanted to do was show you the divisions on the scale from the tuner. The stationary part of the tuner has 5 major divisions, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And each revolution is 25 divisions of the fine tune. And each revolution of the tuner corresponds to 1 mark on the stationary part. So from 0 to 1, what you've got is 4 revolutions or 100 divisions. So it's 25 divisions per revolution. There's 4 divisions between the 0 and the 1. So that's what I'm referring to when I say, well, I'm at 300. I'm at 1, 2, 3 out, and then whatever I add to that, if I go to 325, that's be 325 right there, and then 350 be about like that, and then 375 be like that, and 400, whoops, passed it, no I didn't, 400 be right there. So now it's not lined up exactly perfectly, but that's okay. I can still tell where I am. So if I'm going to go back down to the 304, which is where I stopped, I would turn it back down like this. Go just past where I can't see it. There we go. 300 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, out like that. This is the target that I put up just to see if the 0 had shifted. I aimed at this cider mark here. First group was low right, way low right, and but it was a 1 3/8 inch group with a cold barrel. So I went up 7/10 mil and shot a second group, this time aiming at this target point. And that group was 1 3/8, looked good. So with that one, I made another small adjustment, I think 0.2 mil left, and went to the actual tuner target. I'll show you here. And this is the tuner target in this first row. If you look at this first row here, what you're trying to do is try it at 150, 250, 350, and 450, and get an idea of where the tuner roughly seems to group the best. Now, this is rough, but it kind of sets what you do for the rest of the page. And in my case, at 150, the group was 1 3/8. At 250, it was 1 1/4. At 350, it was 1 1/4. And at 450, it was 1 1/2. So there wasn't a lot of variation among these groups. I just arbitrarily chose 350 and decided to start with 350 on the next row. So 350 is 0 on the next row. Then you go on either side of that, and minus 50 would be 300, then minus 25 would be 325, plus 25 would be 375, and plus 50 would be 400. And here you can see there's some variation in the groups. The left side group's not too good. The 300 was good at 1.2, and then 1.7, 1.4. So I said, okay, we're going to go 300 and go home in on it, and then do a range from plus or minus 10 from the 300. So that makes it 290, 295, 0 or 300. 305 and 310, and here the group started getting pretty good. There was 150 on the end at minus 10, and then 0.8, 0.6, although it was offset up high, 0.6 inches and then 0.7 inches. So these three groups were good. And then it widened up again at 1.8, and it was wide over on this end at 1.5. So this range here, somewhere around 300, looked pretty good. The best group being right at 300. So I selected 300 again and shot +2, 302, and -2 at 298. And those groups weren't good. 1.3 on 1 inches, one end, and then I was starting to hit low on the other end. And to be honest, I think the gun is a little dirty by this time. I may not have gotten it completely clean before coming out this time. But these groups were good, these were not, and there's very little change here. So something changed at the gun, and I'm going to go back to the range and concentrate on this area here again, specifically the 300 to 304, 305 range, and see if I can't get back to these 0.6, 0.7 inch 5-shot groups. That's what I'll be doing next time I make it out to the range.